Do you have any idea how easy it is for someone to steal your identity? No, I'm serious. Identity thieves now only need one piece of information to wrap you up in thousands of dollars of debt. That's because scammers have developed a new type of identity theft, and it's taking over the market. In fact, it's been so successful that it now accounts for 80 to 85% of all identity fraud. Do you know what it's called? Synthetic identity theft. So why synthetic? Well, identity thieves use a little bit of your information to build up a whole new fake identity. This synthetic identity is what they use to commit fraud. You could be thinking, well, that lets me off the hook easy. It's not even really my identity. But that's not entirely true. That's why in this video, we're going to discuss three things. How does synthetic identity theft work? How does it affect you? And what can you do to protect yourself? Well, like I said before, a thief uses your information to build a new identity. All they need is a social security number. Sometimes they steal it and sometimes they can buy it. Yep, you heard me. They can buy it. Social security numbers can be listed for sale on the dark web for as little as $2. If you're curious if your social security number got listed, you should try out Aura's dark web scanner. I'll put the link below for you. Anyhow, once they use your social security number, they can combine it with a new name and address and begin applying for credit. Normally they get denied at first since this fake person has no credit history. But after a few times of doing that, they normally get accepted. That's because this process creates an official record of activity for this person who doesn't even exist. Once they get accepted, they can start building a little credit history and qualify for bigger loans or spending limits. Then they max out the cards, cash out loans, and disappear. I get that it can seem like a lot of work, but thieves are opting to create a synthetic identity because it makes them harder to detect. Plus, they can even create numerous identities off of just one social security number. So here's the big question. How does this affect you? Well, even with synthetic identity theft, the victim's credit can be affected. Thieves can do more than max out credit cards. They could even get homes and large mortgages, start businesses, and collect government and medical benefits using your information. This can all affect your credit. Now, thieves tend to target the elderly who are less tech savvy and children who have an untouched credit history. That doesn't mean they won't target others. Plus, if your social security number has been compromised, there's probably more information out there for scammers too. This could just be the tip of the iceberg, and it's important to know how deep the problem runs and how to prevent it from happening. Which brings us to question number 3. How can you protect yourself? Well, for starters, you need to stay vigilant and keep your personal data private. As a proactive measure, you can lock your credits. You shouldn't post sensitive information or answers to your security questions online. Also, make sure to stay on the lookout for signs of identity theft. Things as simple as missing mail can be a sign that something is up. Of course, be careful about who you give your information to. Don't even give out your social security number during job interviews unless you for sure know how it will be used. And last but certainly not least, you'll want to invest in a security service. Aura, which I mentioned earlier, provides credit and fraud monitoring and even provides up to $1 million in insurance coverage for eligible losses. So what if you realize that you have been targeted? Well, then it's time for damage control. You're going to want to contact the 3 major credit bureaus and put a freeze on your account. Then you'll need to report the fraud to the FTC at these 2 links and file a police report. Next, contact your impacted credit companies to rebuild your credit. You can even apply for a new social security number with the Social Security Administration, but make sure to have proof of the scam ready to submit. So yes, identity theft is becoming easier for thieves to commit. It can be a bit unsettling to see how quickly you could be targeted, but fortunately, there's a lot you can do to protect yourself. Be conscientious online, invest in cybersecurity, and always be on the lookout for fraud. And of course, don't forget to subscribe here to this channel so you can keep up with the latest information with me, Upton, on cybersecurity. I'll see you next time.